We're back out here testing today, guys. This is Van City Audi and my name is Adam. I'm a little under the weather, so if I sound all nasally, I apologize. But the show must go on. You guys need results. There was a bit of confusion. My last video that I put out was a 0 to 60 run when my car was tuned on custom code software. Then I switched to Unitronic and I set the new customer-owned stock turbo RS3 record. So people are like, what the heck's going on? Why is your car slow? You set that record, blah, 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 and just confusion. So that was almost a month ago that I filmed that content, and it is now a month later. I am still on the Unitronic software, and I still love it. So today I'm gonna give you guys the closest comparison I possibly can from the Unitronic to the custom code 0 to 60 run. Now, there are tons of variables when you do this kind of stuff, so I did my absolute best to get it as close as possible. So last time it was Marcus from Roads Untraveled who did the 0 to 60 run on the custom code software. The first run he managed a 3.3, the second run he managed a 3.2. Now, when I looked back at it, there were some comments on my channel, and one of the comments was, when you go to the drag strip, they actually use a 1 foot rollout to measure that 0 to 60. And that main number you see at the top of the screen on your Draggy app doesn't account for that. But on the bottom left of that screen, it actually shows what your time would have been with a 1 foot rollout. So when I went back and looked at the actual results that Marcus was able to do on the custom code software, it was around, I think it was a 3.1 second to 60 the first run, and a 2.9 second run 0 to 60. That's with the 1 foot rollout. So that wasn't included in my last video because it was actually brought to my attention through the comments on the channel. I love when you guys give me feedback that's positive and kind of inform me. I'm not a professional, as I've stated before. I'm just an enthusiast that wants to put all this content out to either entertain or to show potential buyers of the products what the cars can do, and just to have fun. So thank you for that. So we're gonna go out today in the Unitronic software. Now, the same things as last time, same road. The temperature is 2 degrees different. It's a bit sunnier out today, so the street might be a little more warm. I'm not sure how much, but a little bit might make a difference. Besides that, for parts and weight reduction, the car weighs exactly the same as last time. There's nothing else removed, there's nothing else added, it's exactly the same. Now, the one part that has been changed from last time is the East Coast Euro torque mount and dog bone mount that I had installed before my final drag racing night of the season. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's wicked. It makes the shifts crisp. The launch is better. So sadly, it's not a perfect apples to apples comparison. It's a little bit of a apples to not quite oranges, maybe apple pears. It's slightly off, but I'm doing the best I can. There's wasps out here again. I don't know what the hell it is. But anyways, I'm gonna go out there, do my 0 to 60 run, get it dialed in. The tune is on the exact same one that I used to set that record. So the production software, 3,800 RPM redline, 10 PSI boost, and the reason why I left it on this is because I'm trying to compare what we did with the custom code software. The custom code software that I used on that run with Marcus was the drag racing setup, so the most aggressive file that they had. So I'm trying to do as close a comparison as I can. As always, I've talked too much, I've said too much. Let's get to some 0 to 60 testing. So again, I've tried my absolute best to get everything as close to comparable as it was last time. I'm running an E65 blend. Last time Marcus was on an E63, so very close ethanol content. Everything else I've already stated. I'm gonna give it my first hit 0 to 60 on the Unitronic software that I set that record of the customer-owned stock turbo. Whew. It's been a while since I've launched on the street. Let's do this! Reset Draggy, and here we go, baby. Spinning for days! Just melting those tires! 0 to 60, 2.9, first run. Just spinning. What? Burnout, that was bad. So on that last run, with the 1 foot rollout, according to Draggy, was a 2.8 0 to 60. Although it reads a 2.9 on the main part of the app, on the bottom it reads 0 to 60 1 foot. So as the 1 foot rollout is used at the drag strip, which I've been informed, either way you look at it, a 2.9 or a 2.8, it's faster than what I was able to do with custom code, or sorry, not what I was able to do, what Marcus was able to do. So now there was some spin, the tires may be a bit warmer. Gonna see if it does better this time around. Same tune, Unitronic, same stuff that I ran the record-setting run with, same boost. Oh, I forgot to mention, my traction control is not all the way off. It is in sport mode. Some people didn't know this, but when you click the button once for traction control in these cars, it goes into sport mode. So there's still some grip. The computer works with you to make sure you're just not blowing them off like crazy or blowing your tires off like crazy. If you hold the button down for 3 seconds, then it'll actually show on your display traction control or ESC off. That is completely off. That's how I drag race on the actual prepped track. There's extra stick there and it gives you a better launch. But for a non-prep surface like this on the street, I always launch the car in sport mode. Take 2, same tune, see if we can do better. Little better. At least it felt a little better. Nope. It goes to show that my butt dyno, my butt vibe is not always right. That showed a 3.1. So that run was slower, 3.1 seconds, 0 to 60 Draggy reads. With the 1 foot rollout, it shows another 2.8. So, lots of spin. And the reason for that is, as I explained earlier, I'm using a 10 PSI boost on launch with a 3800 RPM redline TCU file from Unitronic. That is not meant for launching on the street. It is not meant for street tires. It is meant for slicks or radials on a prepped track. But I wanted to do as close a comparison as to what I used for custom code. So the only real difference is me as a driver, I'm probably 80 pounds heavier than Marcus, and the fact that I have that East Coast Euro torque and dog bone mount installed. But a pretty decent comparison. So we now have the ECU and the TCU tuned to the street tire file. So it's gonna dial back boost to 5 PSI on launch, and it's a 3500 RPM red line to launch at rather than a 3800 on the file that I was using before. Now, with the majority of software these days, the car will adapt and learn the more you use it to kind of get used to the conditions you're running in. So my first launch, I suspect, will be a little bit slower, and then possibly the second or third will go even faster. That's what happened to me on the track, especially last year when I used Unitronic software, back when I was all stock parts and I used the Unitronic Stage 1 Plus. I took it out and my first run was an 11.7, next one was 11.5, next one was 11.4, and I ended off the day at an 11.3. It just kept getting faster and faster and faster. So I know that that's what happens with the software, so we're gonna see what happens now, but I'm just gonna take it up the street and back just to get the car moving and get used to the tune, and then I'll try launching it. Now, some of the guys that have commented on my channel have mentioned, Adam, you're not doing launch control properly. You're supposed to let boost build and then launch it. Your car will go faster. So I've mentioned in the comments, but now the first time on the actual videos, according to what I've done with Unitronic and what they've actually told me, the car launches more effectively when you do it on the upswing, so you don't hit max RPMs, which is 3800, and let it sit and build boost like I used to do on the custom code software. This one, you get it up and you let off as you're approaching that 3800 RPM red line. That's how I've had the most effective launches on this tune. First launch on the Unitronic street file, the street tire file, 3500 RPM red line, 5 PSI boost. It is pretty damn hilarious. There are only one set of tracks from my burnouts basically prior to this launch. With an open diff, it mainly puts power to the front right, so that's where I'm getting that on the launch with 3,800 RPM and 10 PSI boost. Let's see how this goes. I haven't launched on this file in a very, very long time. It was when I first got the tune, this is what I tried it out on, and it worked awesome. I think the file that this is, I managed a 10.1 at 136 was the fastest that I ran at the track. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I know for a fact that it is better at controlling the actual spin off launch. So now that I've said that, I hope it works out that way. 0 to 60, let's do this. 0 to 60, 2.8. Hell yeah. It just seems to, I don't know, mitigate or try to control the spin a bit better. But still, I am using $500 street tires, and those are the times I'm getting. Imagine you guys that have this same setup or similar setup with actual good all seasons or good, even better performance summer tires. You guys will get way better grip than I'm getting. So 0 to 60 on draggy reads the 2.8, and if you add in the 1 foot rollout like you'd see at the racetracks, 2.6 seconds. That's nuts! On $500 street tires in a $60,000 sports sedan. It's unreal platform, Unitronic software, phenomenal. You guys that have your Michelin Pilot Sports or MSPS 4s or whatever they're called, the high-end cars, the R compound street tires, you guys are gonna go even faster than me on this tune on the street. Or maybe not. I have a lot of weight reduction still. The whole back of the car is still gutted, so maybe that'll kind of make up for it. But still, you guys are gonna be running sub 3 seconds on your Stage 2 Unitronic street file tuned cars. TTRSs are going to be even faster because they're more aerodynamic and they're lighter right off the showroom floor. Damn, I love this car and this platform. Not to mention the tune. Holy crap. Just flying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last run of the day. Let's see if it adapted a bit. It can go even faster. The car's obviously a bit heat soaked now with all these back-to-back runs, but that one tire is going to be warmer because it's been spinning the entire day. Here we go. Final try of the day. Oh, god damn! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, that felt really good. 2.7 seconds. That was wicked. Friggin' hell, I love this car. Oh my god. On the street with street tires, like really cheap street tires. I run Lexanis. I wasn't planning on doing much performance driving on the street. I spent the money on the drag radials for the track to go after that world record. But even with that, a 2.7, and then with this 1 foot rollout, a 2.5, 0 to 60, I mean, that's incredible. So I just look back on my draggy runs, and when I look at the 0 to 60 on my world record setting run, it was a 2.3 0 to 60. And then with the 1 foot rollout, it was a 2.2. That is mental on a front wheel drive biased all-wheel drive system. That is insane. Holy crap, what an awesome experience. I hope this kind of helped you guys see the difference between the custom code tune and letting Marcus take it out from Roads Untraveled compared to me, who's been more experienced with the car, taking it out on Unitronic software. Now, the car's running phenomenally. Everything is going great. I'm gonna keep bringing you guys different comparisons of what I can. I feel like I'm gonna have to give you guys what you've been asking for, and the majority of you have been asking for a comparison video between the custom code software and the Unitronic software. So it took me a while to get back out here because it's been a monsoon lately in Vancouver and it's been miserable. But as you can see today, it is stunning out here. It's a beautiful day, 14 degrees Celsius now. It's warmed up a bit. That might have actually aided in my traction as well today to get some better 0 to 60s because it's a bit warmer. You can see the strips that I laid down. The one tire fire. Oh yeah, that's what you get with an open diff. I hope one of these days I can afford a limited slip and put that in there so I get power to both fronts. Doing my burnouts, doing my launches, it'll help the car that much. But back to what I was saying, you guys want to see that comparison, I will give you that comparison. It's going to be a lot of me talking, but I will go through everything that I have experienced from driving the car now on about a month's worth of driving on the Unitronic compared to the year's worth of driving I did on the custom code. I'll give you guys my interpretation of how it runs, how it works, the goods, the bads, the uglies. I have nothing to gain from giving either company a great review or a crappy review. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, as I always try to be. Thank you guys, all of you, for watching the channel, for your support. I hope you enjoyed some non-stop 0 to 60 runs in my Stage 2 Unitronic E60 to E85 ethanol file. I had about E65 today, E64 today, so goes to show the flexibility of the tune. Car's working phenomenally. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing, guys. Spread the love. Let everybody know Van City Audi has some wicked content on their channel. Check it out and enjoy it. Thanks everyone for watching, guys. Take care.